Have you ever wondered how scientific experiments have shaped the world as we know it today? Imagine a world without electricity, modern medicine, or the internet. Hard to picture, isn't it? That's because science, driven by curiosity and experimentation, has been the cornerstone of progress throughout human history. Without experimentation, we'd be stuck in a perpetual what-if state, never knowing what might be possible. Experiments help us turn the theoretical into the practical, the unknown into the known. They are the engines of discovery, propelling us forward into the future. From the moment Isaac Newton refracted light through a prism, to Gregor Mendel's pioneering work in genetics, to the ambitious Human Genome Project, each experiment has been a stepping stone, leading us to a deeper understanding of the universe and our place in it. So let's embark on a journey through time and delve into some of the most pivotal experiments in history. Imagine a world without the understanding of light and color. That was the world before Isaac Newton's prism experiment. In the late 17th century, a man named Isaac Newton embarked on a quest to understand the mysteries of light. His tool of choice? A simple prism. You see, Newton was fascinated by the phenomenon of color. He wondered why prisms could transform a beam of sunlight into a beautiful rainbow of colors. What was it about prisms that allowed them to create such a spectacle? Newton began by shining a narrow beam of sunlight through a prism. What he observed was a band of colors on a screen placed behind the prism. A rainbow, but unlike the common belief of his time, Newton didn't think that the prism was coloring the light. Instead, he proposed that the white light was composed of these colors. To test his theory, Newton conducted a second experiment. He took another prism and placed it in such a way that the rainbow created by the first prism passed through it. What emerged on the other side was a beam of white light. This was groundbreaking. Newton had demonstrated that white light was not a single entity, but a combination of many different colors. He had discovered the light spectrum and the concept of refraction, the bending of light when it passes from one medium into another. But Newton didn't stop there. He went on to associate each color of the spectrum with a specific degree of refraction, demonstrating that different colors of light bend by different amounts when they pass through a prism. This explained why prisms spread white light into a rainbow, because each color was refracted or bent by a different amount. Newton's experiment not only illuminated our understanding of light, but also laid the foundation for future studies in optics and physics. His work paved the way for everything from the development of new lenses and microscopes to our understanding of how the human eye perceives color. So the next time you marvel at a rainbow, remember the pioneering work of Isaac Newton. His curiosity about a simple beam of light led to discoveries that still shape our understanding of the world today. The speed of light, a constant that shapes our understanding of the universe, but how was it first measured? To answer this, we delve into the late 19th century to the Michelson-Morley experiment. Albert A. Michelson and Edward W. Morley, two American physicists, embarked on a quest to measure the Earth's velocity through the ether. This ether was a theoretical medium, believed to fill up all of space and allow light to propagate. But the results of their experiment were quite unexpected. They split a beam of light, sending it in perpendicular directions, and then recombined them. If the Earth was moving through the ether, they expected a difference in the speed of light along these two paths. But what they found was a null result, an absence of the expected difference. This significant finding shook the foundation of physics. It debunked the concept of ether, suggesting instead that the speed of light is constant, irrespective of the motion of its source or observer. This revelation was initially met with skepticism, but it eventually paved the way for a new understanding of the universe. Albert Einstein, inspired by the Michelson-Morley experiment, formulated his theory of relativity. This theory, grounded in the constancy of light speed, revolutionized our comprehension of space, time, and gravity. The Michelson-Morley experiment proved that light speed remains constant, a revelation that has been instrumental in shaping modern physics. In a small garden, a monk discovered the fundamental laws of inheritance. This was none other than Gregor Mendel. Born in the early 19th century in the Austrian Empire, Mendel's curiosity led him to the garden of the monastery where he resided. This humble garden was the stage for his groundbreaking experiments with pea plants. Mendel, a man of patience and meticulousness, spent 7 years observing and recording the characteristics of these pea plants. His goal? To uncover the mystery of inheritance. With a focus on 7 distinct traits, including plant height, seed shape, and flower color, Mendel started his journey into the heart of genetics. He observed that certain traits seemed to disappear in one generation only to reappear in the next. This sparked Mendel's curiosity and led him to conduct thousands of crossbreeding experiments. These experiments resulted in a novel concept that we now know as Mendelian inheritance. Mendelian inheritance is the idea that parents pass on discrete units of inheritance to their offspring. We now call these units genes. Mendel proposed that each parent contributes one of these units for each trait, and the combination of these units determines the trait in the offspring. This was a revolutionary concept, and it formed the foundation for the science of genetics. Through his work, Mendel also introduced the concepts of dominant and recessive traits. Dominant traits mask the presence of recessive traits in an organism. These principles explained why some traits seem to vanish in one generation and reappear in the next. Mendel's findings weren't widely recognized during his lifetime, but years later, his work was rediscovered and hailed as the bedrock of modern genetics. His studies paved the way for our understanding of DNA, the genetic code, and eventually the Human Genome Project. Mendel's studies opened the door to understanding the blueprint of life, our genes. His simple, elegant experiments in a monastery garden have had a profound and lasting impact on science and how we understand ourselves. As we move forward in time, the experiments become more complex and their impact even more profound. Let's take a journey into the recent past, to the late 20th century. This era witnessed the ambitious undertaking of the Human Genome Project, a massive international research effort with a goal to map the entire human genome. This was like creating a blueprint of human life, a key to understanding our very existence. The project, completed in 2003, has opened doors to incredible advancements in medicine and biology. It's allowed us to delve into personalized medicine, where treatments are tailored to an individual's genetic makeup. It has also provided insights into genetic diseases, leading to potential cures and preventive measures. But our thirst for knowledge is not just confined to the microscopic world. We also strive to understand the universe on a grand scale. Enter the Higgs Boson, often referred to as the God particle. Discovered in 2012 at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, this elusive particle holds the secret to why matter has mass. The discovery of the Higgs boson confirmed the existence of the Higgs field, a crucial component of the standard model of particle physics. This was no small achievement. It was, in fact, a giant leap that brought us closer to understanding the fundamental structure of the universe. From mapping the human genome to discovering the Higgs boson, the complexity and scale of these experiments are truly mind-boggling. But what's even more remarkable is how these breakthroughs have revolutionized our understanding of the world, both within us and around us. They have not only quenched our thirst for knowledge, but also ignited the curiosity to explore the unexplored. These modern experiments have pushed the boundaries of our knowledge, leading to advances in medicine and physics. And they have laid the groundwork for future discoveries that will continue to reshape our world and broaden our perspectives. But how do these experiments and discoveries translate to our everyday life? They are the foundation of the world as we know it. Newton's work on light refraction paved the way for optical technologies, from eyeglasses to high-powered telescopes. The Michelson-Morley experiment debunked the concept of a stationary ether, paving the way for Einstein's theory of relativity and our modern understanding of space and time. Mendel's genetic studies are the cornerstone of modern biology and medicine. They've led to breakthroughs in understanding diseases and potential cures, and have even sparked debates about the ethics of gene editing. The Human Genome Project has revolutionized medicine by allowing personalized treatments, while the Higgs boson discovery deepens our understanding of the universe and could lead to new technologies. These scientific milestones continue to shape our world, and their impacts are far from over. They've transformed society and influenced our understanding of the world, marking the relentless march of human curiosity and knowledge. Every experiment, every discovery adds a new piece to the puzzle of our universe. From Newton's prisms to the Higgs boson, each scientific milestone has etched a new line in the annals of human knowledge. These experiments are not mere historical artifacts, but stepping stones into our future. They pave the way for medical breakthroughs, technological advancements, and philosophical shifts. They inspire us to keep questioning, keep exploring. So what will be the next great discovery? How can you contribute to the next chapter of scientific history?